Hey guys, how is everyone? Why do I feel like whenever I film these types of videos, I'm always wearing a drama cool hoodie and I've got glasses on and I've just washed my hair or something. I don't know, there's something about just filming videos without getting glam that I really like, and it just feels a little bit more authentic, especially with the video that we're filming today, which I feel like is long overdue. I feel like I've got so much that I want to like just talk to you guys about, fill you guys in on, and just catch up on. And obviously I want to involve some cooking, because not only is this my dinner, which, oh my god, is just incredibly delicious. Like, it's taking everything I have to like not eat that before starting this video. But just cooking and catching up with you guys are, yeah, like two of my favorite things. And I've done one of these videos before, and again, it is in partnership with HelloFresh. I put one of these on my story the other day, and you guys were like, give us the recipe, did you film it? It was a HelloFresh meal, you guys. The fillet steak with blue cheese sauce and fries, that was one of the ones that I picked. So good. Yesterday, I cooked myself the creamy cauliflower and pea tikka masala, which isn't normally something I would pick. But now I'm moving into like colder months. These kind of more just like warm, wholehearted meals are like ones that I want to try. And the amazing thing about HelloFresh, they have loads of different recipes to get you out of your comfort zone, try something new. If you like cooking like me, I don't know, I just feel like they're all really like crowd pleasing dishes. But the one that we did today is the spicy, creamy Cajun chicken pasta. Okay, I know you guys are gonna hop the fuck on that, because I asked you guys what videos you wanted to see, and so many of you guys said cooking pasta, cooking like chicken, like roast type vibe. So this kind of incorporates it all in one. And like I said, it is from HelloFresh, so you know it's fresh ingredients, delivered straight to your door, made super easy, no waste, because they're all pre-prepared for you. Gets you into the kitchen and cooking. I've always said whenever I partner with HelloFresh that I think these are just such a great concept if you just don't have the time to go to the shops and you just need it delivered to your door, or you live with housemates. It would be fun to take it in turns to cook different HelloFresh meals. Sometimes they're super seasonal recipes as well, all made super easy with follow along recipes. And yeah, they basically tell you how to do everything. They tell you the weight of everything as well. So if you're like me, or like, I need to get back to it, but like if you like track your stuff, they make that super easy as well. You can order for 2, 3, 4 people households, which I think is, yeah, just such a great concept. And I have a completely new discount code for you guys, which is always like my favorite part of this, because who doesn't want to save money on their food right now? Here we go. If you're not on the HelloFresh hype yet, which I really recommend, like I literally, not only do I work with them, but I just love using them and just cooking them without being in videos for you guys. Like the recipes are always so good, and I always keep the recipe cards because I want to do them again. Because you know me, I love to cook for my friends and trying new meals and getting them to try it and seeing their reactions as well of just how freaking delicious they are. So I want to share it with you, and I want you guys to save some money on these. So you guys can get 60% off your first box, 25% off for 2 months, which I think is like 8 boxes, using my code 60 leary, and it's only valid until the end of September. So I really, really recommend that you guys try it and use it and make the most of it, because like I said, who doesn't want to save money on food shopping right now? And it's just made super easy, delivered straight to your door, fresh ingredients, all done for you. Impress your friends, impress yourself, and just get into cooking. The nights are getting colder. I'm actually staying in September, okay? I've said this. I had a little bit of a relapse at the beginning of September. Well, I say staying in, I'm just not drinking. Okay, so like, that probably will mean I'm staying in a bit more, not going out so much, the nights are getting colder. Get your chef hat on, get cooking, get inspired, and try HelloFresh. I really, really recommend it, because this is about to go down. So if you do it right now and you want some recipe inspos, I have now officially tried all of these. The spicy creamy chicken Cajun pasta, which you'd have just seen me cook, and I can tell you right now, is utterly delicious. The creamy cauliflower and pea tikka masala if you're vegetarian. So good. I love cauliflower. Who knew? And when it's roasted as well, and in like that tikka masala sauce, oh, delicious. And I'm not one to personally have blue cheese sauce. Never had it. I've always been a peppercorn girl. What the frick have I been missing out on? Because this was amazing. And I'm definitely a crowd pleaser, and I definitely would cook that as like an impressive meal, maybe for like a date night or something. I don't know. They just get me really inspired and get me trying new things. So guys, make sure you make the most of that, because it's a limited September offer. I don't think I've ever had a discount code from HelloFresh before, which meant 60% off your first box and 25% off like for 2 months, okay? That's insane. You don't want to miss it. But yeah, let's now tuck in. Hope you guys have got a dish. This chicken pasta, I keep saying it, but it's so good. Grab your dinner, grab a seat, let's get cozy, and let's catch the fuck up, because it's long overdue and I feel like I've got a lot that I need to say and talk to you about, and answer your guys' catch-up questions as well, of like what you want to know. We like this like lighting when I film like this. This is how I normally like spend my evenings, in the light like this. So I kind of want to keep it that way. I want to keep it chill. I want it to feel like you guys are like chilling with me. But I put up a question box saying let's catch up before like jumping into it, and actually a few people asked this. It's just, how am I? And I feel like that's such a great question, because I feel a bit question mark at the moment. And I feel like this happens, tell me if you guys relate, this happens every time this year. I low-key think this happens to me like actually every few months, because I feel like I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say and you guys are gonna be like, I swear you said that not long ago. But I just feel like I need something new, and I need to like reinvent myself, because that'll be new for me. Like, I don't want to move anywhere. I don't like need to, like, I don't know, I think I'm just bored. Bored of myself. I don't know, I just feel like I want newness and I want change, and I don't know if that's just because of like my job and stuff, and I feel like Instagram at the moment's just a little bit shit and and repetitive, and I just kind of see the same stuff, and I know I've fallen into like the trap of that, but sometimes like you've got to adapt to like what the trends are and stuff in jobs like this. But I feel like that's not necessarily me. And also I feel like, because my birthday's coming up, I feel like whenever I approach a new age, I suddenly think I've got to reinvent myself. I'm a year older, my style's changing, I'm just like caring less about certain things. So yeah, I feel like the main thing is I'm gonna have a big hair transformation and do something that I've like been talking about doing for like maybe like a year, and I just need to fucking do it. I need to just get it out of my system, do the hair, and then maybe that'll inspire like, I don't know, my autumn style and like just my style in general. Because obviously when you get different hair, you kind of do have to style yourself to suit it. You might not be able to like, I don't know, especially if you're like changing color and maybe doing a slightly different, more out there color. Like, I don't know, you just don't want it to clash with certain things. So I don't know, I just feel like when you change your hair, it's the opportunity to like reinvent yourself. And that's what I feel like I need to do. I'm in my reinvention era. And I also am feeling a little bit shit about the fact that, which is not her fault, or like, it's no one's fault except mine, realistically. But I like hadn't been to the gym in like, it's ended up being about like 2.5 weeks, because I went away, and then when I got back, my PT got married, which is amazing, but she was away for like 2 weeks, and I just feel like I thoroughly lost that momentum to like get myself to the gym. So I'm not feeling like too great in terms of like that amazing path I was on, like on the way and on the run up to Mexico. But I just really want to get back to it, and with this whole like reinvention vibes type thing, I feel like I will find my way again. I had my first session back today, and I'm already feeling like, there we go, hit the ground running, let's keep going and let's keep at it. Because yeah, I don't know, with the nights getting colder and stuff as well, and like I said, not wanting to go out as much, I should put that effort into going to the gym. I've literally got a gym in my building. There is no excuse, Rachel. Okay? People always say, summer bodies are made in the winter. So I need to get my ass in gear. And it was in gear. I feel like I've just stalled a little bit. Now I've restarted the engine, carry on as normal. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. That was me like completely word vomiting about how I feel. So like for my Instagram at the moment and stuff, or like if I do some like YouTube clothing styling videos, I really want your guys' opinion and like what you guys think, and you just might see like a few changes because I feel like I'm just in a very changing mindset. What does that mean? Any psychology people want to tell me what that means, or any of you astrology girlies want to tell me, like, are we in retrograde or something? Is anybody else feeling that way? Sorry, I won't speak with my mouth full. So that's basically to answer the people that ask me, how am I? That was me oversharing as to how I am, which I always do. Like, did that even answer the question? I'd say I feel like a 6 out of 10. Maybe actually like a 5. But we're working on it. And they're all things that can be improved. Okay. Next question. Someone said, am I dating anyone? No. But who knows? You know? And I'm still... It's coming up to those months though, isn't it? Where like, up until this moment, I've been fine. I've always been fine. As long as I've been on YouTube, I've never had a boyfriend. So like, I have been fine. But I don't know, I'm getting older. The cold nights are coming. I'm sure the seasonal depression of being single will hit me fairly soon. So we'll see. But I feel like everyone was being reckless this summer. So maybe the boys will get their act together in the winter and the autumn and realise it is actually a relationship that they want too. Because there was no chance throughout summer. Oh, I love that you guys like know that it's my birthday, or like just remember. But look, a few of you asked my birthday plans, and I saw this TikTok the other day, and it's so true. Like the pressure to like have a good birthday, I hate it. Like, but I put it on myself. I want my friends to have like great birthdays, but when you actually like, think about it, you know, like when you message someone happy birthday, I definitely am a culprit of doing this. You tell them have the best day, and it's like, oh my god, I've got to have the best day today. Like, how do I have the best day? And it's like the pressure just because it's your birthday, and yes, a celebration of your life and, you know, still being here and all of that good stuff. But people do that every day, like, start up, thank the Lord for the day, you know, as Abel would say it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to celebrate turning 26 because I definitely still feel like 20, 21. But that's what I kind of like about this generation. It's a very, like, the older people are still, like, young mentally, in the sense of just enjoying ourselves and not really knowing what's going on. It's because we lost that 2 years of just staying inside, you know? So I feel like everyone's kind of like in the same boat as me in that sense. But I think I'm just gonna go for dinner and then maybe go to like a jazz bar and just have like a really like nice, wholesome evening with my nearest and dearest. And if any boys are watching and they want to send me flowers for my birthday, you can totally do that. I'm also free for breakfast and lunch that day. So if you want to take me out, you can also do that. But just dinner plans with my friends and a nice bar afterwards. I think that's what I've said. I don't want to drink in September or like go out because there's no need. And I feel like from October towards December is when all the birthdays start happening again. For all the people that were like conceived around Valentine's Day. Yeah. So they're my plans. Nothing too drastic and exciting. It's not really like an exciting age. The thing is that like I was excited to turn 24, not 25, not 26. I think I'll be excited to turn 27. That's like a good like age, you know? But yeah, 26 is just that filler year, which I'm not excited about at all. Someone said how to feel, this isn't really a catch up, but I feel like that's kind of a good question. How to feel more confident dating as a curvy girl. I feel like I have to warn people. Warn people? I mean, unless you're like catfishing on social media, I don't know how you could be talking to someone without them having like seen you in some sort of way. Because you either met in person and exchanged numbers, you're talking over social media, or like a dating app where you have pictures up of yourself. So that's really sad that you feel like you have to warn people, because you'd hope with them talking to you, they would know the size that you are and it's not an issue. Honestly, I wonder how old you are, because the older you get, I just realize that shit does not matter. I feel like I've said this before, but like, it just doesn't. There is so many worse things you can be than being defined by your body. Your body is something that you can change, whether you want to or you don't. Like, it is something that you can change. Like, you know, we're lucky to be able to do that. But if you're a dickhead, okay, if you're a class A bitch, if you are horrible, a liar, just a nasty person, 9 times out of 10, that's just who you are, who you're probably always going to be. So there's no changing that, okay? So I think I'd much rather be, you know, curvy than a horrible person. Anyone that's gonna discriminate against you or use your body size against you isn't a nice person at all. Like, they can go and F themselves, do you know what I mean? That makes me sad that you feel like you have to warn someone about your body, because they should already know and should have accepted that, and is probably why you're gonna be going out and why they're chatting to you, because they find you attractive. The older you get, you definitely realize that looks just aren't everything. Like, the amount of like stereotypically 10 out of 10 guys physically that like I've spoken to that just have a personality of a dry nun's arse, their looks are getting them nowhere, except, you know, maybe they'll get a free coffee at prep by someone. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think the older you get, you realize that looks aren't everything, and someone that's just going to treat you right, show you off, and, you know, love you isn't going to care about your body. Okay? I hope that helps. Someone said how to love moving out for the first time. Oh, I remember moving out for the first time. I've lived in like 4 different apartments now on my own. So I first moved out when I was like, when did I move out? 19, 20. My first ever apartment was so lit. Like, it was back in my hometown. It was right by, it was like right in the middle of town. Well, not the middle of town, but right in the middle of the area of town that we would always go out. So like, everyone would always come back to mine. It was like amazing. I was like the first one out of like all of my friends that lived on their own. So my natural like hostessness like really came out. I loved having people over and hosting for them. And then I had to move out of that apartment because the landlords wanted to sell it. So I moved into another apartment in a slightly different city, and it was like the biggest one I've ever had. Actually, no, I ended up having a big one, but like, that was actually the most expensive one I ever had. But like, I've had nicer since, but that's just down south for you. Lived there, and then again, after a year, the landlord wanted to sell it, so then I ended up moving back home. And just those 2 years of living on my own and then moving back home, oh my God, what a drastic change. And I just realized, this ain't for me, babe. I'm out of here. Do you know what I mean? So then that's when, after I'd had my years at home, I decided to move to Manchester, and I've never really looked back. So for me, I had those like 2 years of like trialing, living on my own, but like still close to my family. There's nothing wrong with my family, by the way. I just like, because I moved out quite young, and then I moved back home older than that, I just realized like I really do just love my own space. And now I'm getting even older, moving back home has realized that I do want my own space, and I miss hosting and just like doing things my way. You know, when you get accustomed to a certain lifestyle, I don't like to give that up. So, and then it was just that time of my life where I was like coming into like my early 20s, and I was like, I want to move to a city. And I had obviously a lot of friends up here, so, and it's much cheaper than London. And for work, I'm always, was always like at events that were either in Manchester or in London. I had more friends up in Manchester, so I thought, time to move. I think, yeah, just like, I know it might feel like really lonely as such. I really hope that you've moved out and are still near friends and stuff, but learning to love your own company is such a flex and like such a crucial life skill, because otherwise, if you're like dependent on other people's companies, that might reflect into like, you know, dependency, like in relationships and stuff, and that can always just end in complete disaster and end up like pushing, you know, coming across as really needy or not ever really knowing your true self because you're so dependent on somebody else. But yeah, just see the positives. Like, yes, you live alone, and yes, it might feel quite lonely, but you can do whatever you want. As your schedule for the day is totally up to you. Plan some exciting meals to like cook for yourself. Honestly, getting into like cooking, or just even like another hobby that just lets you zone out for a bit and like focus on something else rather than like, I don't know, dwelling on the fact that you're like, oh my God, I'm sat here doing nothing and I'm like on my own. Like, do something else and like just getting into a hobby, like get yourself in the kitchen, go out for walks and like headphones on, podcasts, like you can decorate your flat like however you want. And I spend hours on Pinterest just finding things, and like, you know, you can do that because you're on your own. Or like just going out to a local coffee shop, sitting down, headphones in maybe, but I don't know if you've got the confidence, like, I don't really know how to like make friends, but like maybe even like hobbies, like go to like a class or something and make friends there. Especially if you're like in a new city, I feel like that's such like a great way to make friends. But, or do what I did and get a cat. Right, let's go through a few more because my camera just low-key overheated and died on me, which makes me think that will probably happen again very soon. Stevie's in the house. Say hey. Just blink at me then. Someone said fave series that you have watched recently. Guys, I am obsessed with Below Deck. Like, I can't stop. Like, it's actually low-key unhealthy. I've got through like 8 seasons of like the original Below Deck in the space of, I don't even want to like say, because it's shocking and quite concerning. But I need like Broadchurch to come back or something. I need like crime drama. There's one on ITV at the moment called Suspect, which I've been watching, but I don't really understand like what's sort of going on. Let me know what you guys are watching at the moment. I should probably start that new Game of Thrones thing, but Game of Thrones, the original Game of Thrones, it took me so long to get into it that I feel like I'm gonna wait until it's all come out and then I'll watch it, because then I can binge it and not like forget what's happening and stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys have been watching at the moment as well. And there's definitely a few films that I want to see. I want to see the Don't Worry Darling. I don't know if it's on a PR stunt or what, but there seems to be way more like drama around that film than actual like hype about the actual film, if that makes sense. Like all the Shia LaBeouf stuff that's come out, like Miss Flo. Today, the day that I'm filming this, is the day after they had their film premiere, and there's that video of Harry Styles supposedly spitting on Chris Pine. Like, The tea, like what is going on? But I'm still gonna watch it. I have watched some of the trailers and it does look really good. So yeah, excited for that as well. A lot of you guys asking about my fitness journey and stuff. I am kind of happy about because it makes me more motivated to get back to it because you guys are checking in on me and that helps. I try not to see it as pressure because I know I want this. And you guys checking in is actually, I think, something that I even asked for you guys to do. I said, don't let me slack. Because picking yourself back up after any situation that might not have gone your way or you just fell off or whatever, it's always so hard. So I hate that I've kind of got myself into this situation, but I'm feeling good. I'm like wanting to like get back to it, get the motivation back that I had before, just keep going until, you know, summer next year, and hopefully I'll be in a much better place. I just feel like, yeah, these past few weeks I really just slacked and I'm annoyed at myself because it just sets yourself back. But it is what it is. I'm not going to punish myself about it. I'm acknowledging it. I'm working on it. And I'm going to refine that motivation, okay? And this is your sign if you're like me and these past couple of weeks it's just not been the best. We can do it, okay? The colder nights are coming, so what else is there to do, you know? Save your money by not going out. Let's do some home workouts. Let's get the Chloe Tings back. Okay, let's just do something. Someone said, do you have any travel plans? While my camera was like dead, I just ran Lara a bowl of pasta around and she's just texted me saying, Rachel, this pasta is unreal. So double review, thumbs up from Lara. Someone said, do you have any travel plans for the rest of the year? It's funny that you say that. I really think I want to go on a solo trip to like Milan, Amsterdam, or like New York, but I feel like New York's a bit far to do it alone. And I think for a solo trip I would only want to do like a couple of days, and I feel like in New York you'd want to stay there for like a week at least to make the most of the time travel. But yeah, let me know if you guys have been on any solo trips and where you went, or maybe even just like France somewhere, where you felt safe and places that you went and stuff like that. Like, I just think that would be nice. And just something new, you know, I say I'm craving new things. Like, I just want to do a little city solo traveling. But no, like, actual plans to go anywhere. Possibly Vancouver for Christmas, because I've got family there. I do want to go to New York, whether that's alone or, like, with friends or, like, whatever. Keep saying to Lara I really want to go to like Jamaica or like the Dominican Republic. I think Lara is from Jamaica or like Barbados or like something like that, or she's just been there and loves it. I can't remember what she said, but basically I need her to take me and to show me the best time. Guys, all of these questions, I'm not joking, are the same in the sense of, alright, someone said how's Stevie. Someone commented on my video the other day saying that they were over Stevie, like being in any of my content, which I am in shock about. What did he do? Okay, he is just a small cat and he's the star of my life, the star of the show, and the light in my life and the star of the show. So whoever that was, go ahead and unsubscribe because he's not going anywhere. Although he's asleep over there right now and probably won't feature in this video because I've woken him up a few times today because I just wanted a hug and he low-key looked annoyed at me, so I don't want to do it again. Well, I'm going to end on this one because I actually want your guys' advice and like, you know, opinions. And I feel like it comes up in a lot of my Q&As and I sort of always say the same thing of like, I've got it all sorted, I just need to do it, but I don't know if I just maybe need to take it in a completely different direction anyway, but it's about the podcast. And like I said, I don't want to like give too much away because I kind of wanted it to be a surprise in the sense of the direction I was going to take it. I just took on board a lot of feedback that I received after the first season ended, and loads of you guys, when I asked like what kind of guests, obviously you guys know that like the first season of my podcast was very much like expert based. Kind of what I wanted my podcast to be about was like diving into topics with experts on certain things and sort of like learning as we go along, because I love shit like that. I love podcasts that when I come away from something, I actually learned something and it was really interesting, and I go away and I talk to my friends about it, saying like, you need to listen to this episode of this podcast because they discuss this, and I just think like it's so interesting and stuff, and I wanted people to do that with my podcast. But finding like industry experts that have the time to like sit down and do interviews with me that aren't just like the same type of experts every time, I think that's where I lost a bit of motivation, because it was quite hard. I suddenly had like a complete funk of like, wow, I covered all of these topics in the first season. What is there left to cover, you know? And then also going off of your guys' feedback, when I asked like what kind of guests you wanted to see, you guys said a lot of like people who are like technically my friends, like within the same industry, all like girls as such, and that kind of got me going down the path of like, I wanted to pick, you know, influencers that you guys know and that you guys have asked for to get onto the podcast, and like almost kind of pick ones that are almost like an expert in something or are just known for something, so still sort of going along the same lines of, you know, me interviewing experts in a certain thing, but it being more of like a girl talk edition, but keeping it still like asking them, you know, maybe questions that they've not been asked before, more like rated R girl talk type podcast episodes with people that you knew. So that was the direction that I wanted to go in. Can you let me know how that sounds? Okay, because I know people have their podcasts out there that are very like girl talk based and like answering dilemmas and stuff. I'm a massive fan of Sophia and Cinzia's podcast. Like, that's their lane. They're like the queens of girl talk and dilemmas. Like, I wouldn't want anyone to think that I was just trying to do that. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying I wanted to do my own like twist on it, of picking people that were like low-key an expert in something, asking them questions like about that, like whether it be business, whether it be, you know, maybe a personal battle that they've overcome, or just like something like that. So getting to know that influencer, but then also at the end having a Q&A section. You guys can send in questions and stuff that are maybe slightly more rated R, that we get to see like a different side to that person. So that was kind of the direction that I wanted to go for season 2. Let me know if that sounds good, or just let me know if maybe I should just completely reinvent the podcast, because I love the idea of doing a podcast, but the pressure of like having a guest every week when you do it all on your own, and you know, you haven't got a team to like reach out to these people and like get you guests and stuff, and scheduling, you know, the episodes and stuff is very difficult, and it puts a lot of pressure on myself, that therefore, as you can see, I've just not done it. I did have like guests lined up, but I'm very much like, I must get who I want, and like I had like 7 episodes planned, and I think maybe 4 confirmed and said that they 100% would do it, and I just never heard back from the other 3. And then again, that made me be like, well, you know, I kind of don't want to do it, because like I literally have that episode planned in my head with that person and they've not responded, and I don't want to nag. You never want to nag anyone, especially when they're low-key like people that you know within the industry. Some people are just busy, some people just don't see the message. Like, I totally get it. But yeah, let me know. I'm just gonna end on that note, because I really appreciate your guys' feedback and what you want to see. And yeah, let me know about, I know like everyone and their mother now like has a podcast, so I don't want to do something that people have already seen and like done and like whatever. But yeah, like, I don't know whether to completely reinvent the whole thing, or might you like the sound of my idea. Just let me know some suggestions and ideas, and like what you would like want to listen to from a podcast by me. Okay, I'll leave it on that. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. So like, can you see, I feel like I had like so much to say like catch you guys up with and just get your guys' feedback on. So I hope that's not been like a complete and utter like overload of information. But you know me, I love to overshare and over explain myself and basically tell you every little single thing that's happening in my life. So yeah, I'm completely full to the brim. That was amazing. Like I said, make sure to make the most of that new discount code, brand new offer, an incredible offer as well, and it's limited time only. It's only valid in September, so 100% make the most of that right now, and get your chef hat on and try HelloFresh if you haven't already. All the information is in the description on that. But yeah, leave me your answers to any of the questions in the comment section down below. I'm going to be replying, taking notes, taking it all on board. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. Love you guys as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Mwah.